when my daughter Alyssa walked into my house with a strange man beside her and calmly said, "Sarah, from today on, you no longer have the right to call yourself my mother." For a moment, I felt the world around me go dark. It was as if something collapsed inside my chest, and for a few seconds I couldn't even understand what I had heard. Only 2 minutes later, I realized what terrifying secret lay behind that sentence, a secret that could destroy any mother. Before I continue, if you like hearing real, shocking life stories, don't forget to subscribe. You won't want to miss what comes next. For 3 years, I had been paying Alyssa's rent, her university expenses, her medical bills. Even the last time her car broke down, I paid $1,200 to fix it. I was her mother. I had to help, or at least that's what I believed. But I never imagined that my kindness would someday turn into a weapon used against me. During those 3 years, whenever she was sick at night, I stayed awake. Whenever her heart broke, I listened. Once, when she lost her job, I gave her my entire annual vacation savings so she wouldn't feel helpless. But I never imagined that gratitude would one day turn into a sense of entitlement. That day, Alyssa was supposed to come for lunch, but she walked in with a man, Eric. Without even a hello or a smile, he said, "We got married yesterday. Just a small ceremony. We only invited the people who really mattered." My voice died in my throat. People who mattered? After everything I had spent on her, nearly $38,000, I didn't matter? When she waved her shiny gold ring in front of me, her eyes had no emotion, as if she wanted me to understand that I had no place in her life, and that wound cut deeper than any knife. While I was still processing the reality, Eric sat on my couch and said, "We need some things from you. It's about money." Right then and there, I understood exactly who this man was. He wanted control over Alyssa's finances, and then mine. What shocked me even more was that Alyssa did not look at me even once. It was as if I was no longer her mother in her eyes, just a source of money. 2 days later, Alyssa called with a trembling voice. "Mom, rent is overdue. You have to send me $800. But this time I replied with a strange calmness. "Alyssa, don't you remember? I only help people who really matter to me." Her sobs turned into screams, but between every scream, I heard another sound, the sound of years of sacrifice and love shattering inside me. That night I sat down and calculated everything. Rent, medical bills, car repairs, shopping, emergencies, a total of $38,700. When my pen trembled on the paper, I realized that it wasn't just money. It was years of love I had poured out, and now I watched it slip away like water through my fingers. 3 days later, Alyssa and Eric entered my home without permission. Eric put a folder on the table and said, "We've decided you can't manage your finances anymore. Sign these forms. From now on, we'll take care of you." My daughter stood behind him with her hands clasped together like a child waiting for exam results. But this exam was mine, and the paper represented the death of all respect between us. I told them, "Get out of my house." But Eric answered, "The court will decide. You're not capable of making decisions right now." For a moment, they didn't look like my daughter and her husband. They looked like enemies, and enemies always come from the closest circle. I called my lawyer, Grace. When she reviewed the documents, she said, "This is elder financial abuse. I've seen this pattern many times, but very few mothers have the courage to stand up to their children. You're stronger than you think." For the first time, I felt maybe I wasn't completely broken yet. The next day, the doorbell rang unexpectedly. A social worker had come for a mental health evaluation. They had reported that I was delusional and paranoid, but after speaking with me for a long time, she realized I was completely fine. She closed the case right there. As I closed the door behind her, my hands trembled, not out of fear, but because I felt I was rediscovering myself bit by bit. In court, Eric and Alyssa acted like victims. crying, trembling voices, pretending to be concerned. But the evidence screamed the truth. My lawyer presented every financial record from the past 3 years. Friends, neighbors, and even my doctor testified on my behalf. The judge dismissed the case. I was free. Forever. When I walked out of the courthouse, the sunlight hit my face, and for the first time, I felt that the light wasn't shining for others anymore. It was shining for me. A few weeks later, I sold my house, traveled, met new friends, and started living again. Some nights, when I stand on the balcony and look at the stars, I think to myself, how can a mother give so much love, and eventually learn that the greatest love is the love she gives to herself?